means to be a wife
Bluetooth connected.
don't match up with what that actually looks like. And this is the core issue Kevin broke down so well. Wanting a lifestyle doesn't mean you're ready to live it. A $300,000 life comes with $300,000 expectations. And if you haven't been trained for that position, it's no surprise when the role doesn't get offered to you. But it gets deeper. What really stood out was the conversation about media messaging. Kevin flipped the mirror on the idea that it's the media's fault without accountability. Because when you control the content, the narrative, and the platform, then you are responsible for what gets amplified. We can't keep pointing fingers at invisible forces when the real decision makers are right in our own community. Here's the stark takeaway. You must control your influence.
Goddamn
If your reality doesn't match your desires, you need to audit your upbringing, your training, and your influences. Ask yourself honestly, was I prepared for the life I say I want? Or was I just handed dreams with no tools? And one more thing. Kevin touched on something most people ignore. There's profit in dysfunction. The system doesn't want strong bonded couples. They want 2 incomes, 2 rent payments, and lifelong consumers. They don't sell you stability because peace doesn't sell. But peace builds empires. Families build legacies. So to everyone watching, man or woman, the path forward starts with brutal honesty. If you want the traditional outcomes, you need traditional values. Not just in theory, in practice, daily. As always, thank you for watching. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Was Kevin on point? Was the caller being realistic or just hopeful? Let's talk about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you don't miss another deep breakdown just like this one. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.
Black, you can go backwards, I might be flipping with the funky rhythm, I be kicking. Musician, flip the composition. New York State of mind. We can sit here and go, we can go DJ Clue mixtapes, sipping Baileys. What he said, he said, splitting Phillies, sipping on Baileys with 3 Israelis. We Willies, but still pack Millies cause we a Philly. No love, you get the slug, see before gusto, your luck low, didn't know till I was drunk. Black, you can go backwards, I might be flipping with the funky rhythm, I be kicking. Musician, flip the composition. New York State of mind. We can sit here and go, we can go DJ Clue mixtapes.
What is this?
In here! 30 in here!
What do you mean, do something cute?
Never say you can't do it. Say I haven't done it yet. I haven't done it yet. And that's true with everything. It's like there's nothing that you can't do. You may not have done it yet. We don't know if you can do it or not until you really practice.
There's no harm in us being victorious. I got a new mouth to feed. I'm loose.
But I'm mean when I'm trying to keep it drama free.
I emphasize again, it is free to join my community. The stocks I
The wireless air conditioner in the kitchen does not need to drill holes hanging directly on the hook kitchen, bathroom, bedroom, wherever you want to put it. Do not look at it so small. There are 3 gears each. Wind power is very large. Also, do not have to work.
Right? We were both in the hospital together. I just said I was done. What the f did I do that for? I've cried for days. I went through my emotional roller coaster.
What's up, guys? It's your girl Riva, and I'm back again with another video. So I saw this video when I was scrolling in the wonderful world of TikTok, and this, no joke, happened literally right when the app was shutting down. Okay, I saw this and I was like, I'm gonna bring it to you guys to talk about. Next thing you know, poof, vamoose, the app was gone. So we're gonna go ahead and deep dive into this conversation. As we can see, it says becoming a single baby mama just 3 weeks away from giving birth. I'm gonna go ahead and press play, and I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts, my opinion on this entire conversation.
All right, boom. So story time on how I became a single baby mama just 3 weeks away from my due date. I tried to post a video earlier, but TikTok was behind. That's why y'all gave me. Okay, so boom. Me and Pookie, aka Baby's dad, were having a regular day. We was texting. I was at work. He was at work. We was texting. We was like, can't wait to get home. I'm sick of him place. Yeah, you know, regular. Texted him right before I left work. Like, I was about to leave in like 5 minutes. I texted him that I did need to talk to him about something, but it wasn't anything serious. But I was talk to him when I get home. You know, I'm driving. I have errands to run, but I literally live 10 minutes away. He's a little bit further, but I'm like 10 minutes away. But we get out around the same time. But I told him I would talk to him when we get home. I told him it was nothing serious because, you know, I hate when people do that too. When you tell them you gotta tell them something and I gotta wait till later. Yeah, that sucks. But as long as, you know, it's nothing crazy, you know, nothing serious. Cool.
So before we even continue, I mean, I just want to stop right there. If you don't like when people do that to you, why are you doing that to somebody else? Like, before we even get into the depth of this conversation, you just blatantly said that you can't stand when somebody does that to you, but you're doing that to him. So I'm already confused about that. But she said it's nothing serious, so let's go ahead and get into the rest of it.
Alright? What the f did I do that for? This man calls me and tells me, what did you do? I said, huh? What did I do? I just told you it was nothing serious. He is demanding that I tell him now, right away, right now. That's it. He doesn't want to hear anything else. I'm trying to tell him, like, you know, I'm trying to calm him down and ask him why. Well, what's with the attitude? Like, what happened? He was not trying to hear it. He was just like, you need to tell me now. Then, you know, after all that, I'm like, well, now I don't want to talk about it because why would I want to talk about it with you when you're just yelling at me and it was literally something that's not even that deep.
This is the problem that I have with a lot of these women come onto a platform like TikTok, right? A platform that they know is going to always side with the woman regardless of if there is adequate amount of information, regardless if there's any detail to the story. You know, women go on these platforms like TikTok to reveal things about their spouses just to have a campaign of women behind them, again, because they know on said platform there is minimal to no support for men. And one thing that I know to be true is that majority of the time when women tell stories, it is always you know, basically acting as though they're the victim in the situation. Like, I have yet to hear you know, the majority of women tell stories and not act like that they are, you know, at fault, or, you know, basically portraying themselves to be any kind of problem in the situation. And that's a red flag to me. And the reason why that's a red flag is because why would this man immediately ask, what did you do, unless there was more details to the story that were missing? Why would this man just, you know, get mad and ask you, what did you do in this situation, if there was not any reason for him to behave so?
So basically, this man just keeps cutting me off. He's not letting me talk unless the words that are coming out of my mouth is what I said I was going to talk about. He didn't want to hear that. So I, just from freaking stress, like, I'm literally in the middle of driving also. I just yell. I'm like, why are you like this? Like, what is wrong with you? And I literally said, I need to hang up to cool off. He said, I better not hang up. I didn't. And he proceeds to tell me, I'm not going to wait to get home so you can come up with some bull. I'm like, I'm just sitting there like so confused. I'm literally so confused.
You're not confused. Girl, don't play this game. Okay? Do not play this game. You're not confused. And the reason why I say she's not confused is because she's like acting like the victim right now. I don't understand. Like, and he said, I don't want you to have time to create a false story before you get to me. I want to talk to you now. Which leads me to believe that you have lied to this man before. You've been deceitful in some way, shape, or form before, previously. It's obviously so stressful to him that he's asking you and demanding answers from you at this moment of time because of some type of distress that you put this man to, through the ringer for before within your relationship. There is obviously more details that are making this man riled up than you are leading us on to. Because no man that's in a happy relationship with his wife, girlfriend, or baby mama is going to act this way unless he has a reason to act this way.
God allows the wicked to do their wickedness.
Oh yeah, why's that?
So they can be judged.
I'm gonna kill one.
Reason to act this way. And the fact, again, that you are, unwilling to be forthcoming of any information is major red flags.
And then this man proceeds to hang up on me. Well, after telling me not to hang up, he hung up on me. I tried to call him back after I calmed down, just like 2 minutes. I tried to call him back. I then realized he has blocked me. He has blocked my number. He blocked me on social media. I am blocked on all social medias. I'm blocked on WhatsApp. Like, I'm blocked on everything. Like, I can't communicate with him at all. So yes, when I found out that he blocked me on absolutely everything, and we literally had this conversation before, and it was just in the hospital the day before that for having really bad contractions, right? We were both in the hospital together. I just said I was done because I cannot see myself being with somebody that would think that that's okay, because it's not. Regardless of me, I still am pregnant with your child, and
just let me know in the comment section if this don't make no sense. Okay? If this does not make no sense, just let me know in the comment section. You're in this active relationship with this man. The day prior, the two of you were in the hospital. You were having really bad contractions, and he was there for you, and he was actively supporting you. The next day, y'all are at work, and you decide that you want to tell him something, but you tell him that you need to talk about it when you get home. He tells me, no, I can't take the anticipation. Just tell me now. You decide not to tell him and draw this whole thing out over something that you said was quote unquote not that serious, and you personally decided that it was worth risking your relationship for, it was worth you breaking up the relationship for, rather than you just telling him this. It seems to me like this man thought that possibly this was not his child. Okay? He took it very seriously. As small as you tried to make this situation be, this man obviously did not see it as a small thing and was like, I'm going to show you how serious I am. If you're not going to tell me anything, if you're going to play this game on my phone, I'm going to block you so you can't communicate with me. How about that? And you decided to end the relationship over something that you started. That don't make no sense. Something's not clicking. Something is definitely not clicking.
And I can go into labor at any minute. And if you think I'm about to sit here and go into labor and write you an email to let you know, I'm not. I'm really not. So I let him know that when I got home, because when I got home after finishing running errands, he was there.
Why would you need to write him an email to let him know that you're going into labor if you guys clearly live together, or if he was at your house? I'm not sure the living situation, and you got there and he was there. So him blocking you was saying, don't call my phone unless you're going to tell me the information. And then when you got to each other face to face, the first thing that you said to this man is that the relationship was over, instead of you explaining to him what the actual situation was. That would make no sense.
And other things happened, of course, while we were home, but I'm not going to get into that. So I will be going into labor by myself because I did move to the state to be with him. to be with the love of my life, but I'm okay with it. I'm keeping a positive, and he still don't know what the f I needed to talk about.
Why is that funny to you that he still doesn't know what the situation is? Why is it funny to you that you risked the whole relationship all over something that was petty? Why is it funny to you that you're going to be going into labor by yourself? Why is it funny to you that you were the cause of the demise of your relationship with your child's father and the separation between the two of you for no reason? Why is that funny? I'd love to know why that's so funny. Because I think you're the only one laughing.
Okay, so I'm gonna address all this stuff now because I'm not gonna make y'all wait till tomorrow. Because y'all obviously have no patience. The problem is y'all expect somebody because it's so common that y'all think that, oh, you should know that that's gonna make somebody have anxiety. So you should have just told them on the phone, or you should have just told them when you got home.
Before we get into this explanation, look, you have the audacity to not want the women on TikTok who viewed your video to have to wait for a follow-up conversation. But you could not offer that same exact care or empathy to your spouse who got you pregnant in the first place with information that you said was not that serious? And you don't see that you could be the problem within the situation? The comment on the screen says, I'm sorry, when someone tells me they have to tell me something and don't tell me, my mind will race. I don't see why you didn't tell him over the phone to ease his mind. So now this is her explanation as to why this man still has no idea of whatever it is that she was supposed to tell him over the phone.
Exactly. That's
No,
crazy.
it don't work like that. If this is something that you expressed to me beforehand, that is something that triggers you, then cool, I know not to do that. You even hear me say it in a video. I said, why did I even do that? Because I was supposed to know I was going to get that reaction. We ain't never talked about that before. Everybody is different. I even say in the video, yeah, I understand, because I hate when people do that too.
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, I can't sit there and make somebody have a conversation with me when it's their conversation to be had. This is foolish. Immature, foolish nonsense. Nonsense. And it's no shade to the person who's doing this, who put this video out there, but I just gotta be honest, these are the reasons why I have these conversations, because I think women genuinely need to hear another perspective from other women that is putting the mirror right back at you to say, this does not make any sense. This was very immature. This was very foolish. And it was something that it still is not making any sense. It's still not adding up. He was just in the hospital the night with you before when you were having contractions, and now you're telling him that you have something to tell him and you want to talk about it when you get home, and he's asking you. This woman said, oh, he never set that boundary, or he never made it clear. He asked you 1,000,000 times on the phone.
Don't get out the
And every time he asked you, even
about.
in him being enraged, it still did not force you to tell him what the situation was.
Oops, she
That's
wants to
stupid.
play games.
If you've got pink salt, apple cider vinegar, and baking soda in your kitchen, and you're not using this recipe yet, you're throwing away your chance to lose weight effortlessly. Today, I'm here to teach you how to
Range, it still did not force you to tell him what the situation was. That's stupid.
The unimportant
I'm sorry, that's very
situation.
dumb.
However they want to have it. What kind of narcissist are you on trying to dictate somebody else's conversation?
Now he's a narcissist. Like, I don't understand. This man was in the hospital with you with your contractions when you could have gone into labor the day before. You guys, he was the love of your life. You moved out there to go live with him. You guys were having conversations the entire day about work and stuff like that, and you told him you need to talk to him. And all of a sudden, because he didn't beat to your drum, he's all of a sudden a narcissist. Who taught people this word? Can somebody tell me, like, whoever taught people the word narcissist, I think that they should have went back and taught them the definition of what that actually
They can't even spell it. Talk about what it is.
Because the person who would be exuding narcissistic tendencies within this equation, in my personal opinion, would not be this man.
I wanted to have an uninterrupted conversation. When he is at work, he is very busy. He has employees that come up to him asking all types of questions, even when he steps away.
Well, wait till you get home. That's all you
If he steps
had
away
to
too
do.
far, he loses service sometimes. So if you can't wait 30 minutes to have a conversation in the house, then that's a problem.
It's so easy. It's so easy. And, you know, Lauryn Hill said it best. It could all be so simple, but you rather make it hard. A lot of women make situations very hard. It could be very simple. The easiest thing in this situation is just to say, you know, he's asking what the situation was, and you say, no, it's just about this situation. But I'll go into detail when we get home. That's so easy.
She wanted
Very
some
simple.
attention. That's all it
The
was.
same way you're communicating to us, people who literally don't matter in the equation of your baby and your life. The same way you're communicating this to somebody who randomly commented on your post, you could have said that to your spouse. Well, you know, people are going to be coming up to you, and you know, people are going to be interrupting the conversation. I don't want to deal with the interrupted conversation. I'd rather talk to you face to face about it. But it has to do with this situation, so we can say, all right, cool, yeah, no problem. And again, you're saying that you didn't want to have the conversation uninterrupted, but you were on the phone with him uninterrupted. You then said in the previous video that when you got home, he was already there. So which one is it?
And if you feel like calling somebody with an attitude and demanding they tell you right away is warranted, then that is also a problem. So when you tell me you want me to ease his mind, what you're telling me is that you wanted me to enable that type of behavior. Now again, if this is something that he expressed to me beforehand, if we had the situation happen before and he told me that it gives him anxiety when I do things like that, then that's something I would have known, and that's something that I would not have done. Now the other comments are also valid, because that type of behavior or that type of reaction is given very sketchy.
A lot of these women are having these men walk around like they're crazy and like something is wrong with them when ain't nothing wrong with them. I gotta be honest. Women are now trying to flip the script and make it seem like he's so hyperactive because he has something to hide about the situation. When this woman said, when he clearly said, what did you do? He said that. This man was pointing out things to your own behavior that you have done possibly previously that is making him act this way.
And that was not my initial thought, but also I don't put anything past anyone, because this is not the first time I have been blocked and he has disappeared for hours, or sometimes won't even come home. Now the purpose of my video was not to bash this man, but more for myself of an acceptance of what's to come. He definitely showed his ass, and now he has to live with the consequences of the decisions that he has made. He has been great up until this point. He has been there throughout my whole pregnancy, besides this last month. Now, I'm not the easiest person to deal with, especially during pregnancy. Especially during the last month of pregnancy. But one thing I never did was remove his access to me, even in anger. Even now, I don't have him blocked. He did see my video and he did message me and he did have a few words. And when I did try to write back, he blocked me again. And for anybody that thinks that I'm taking this as a joke, I'm not.
You are taking it as a joke. You think it's funny. You think the people on TikTok, in my opinion, are more important. You are still airing out his business even though he already had a conversation with you about it. And you're not taking this man seriously. And again, in my opinion, the whole reason why you brought this to TikTok was for other women to validate you in your experience. And there is something else that I want to say. It might be a little controversial, but I want it to be really honest. I genuinely believe that, you know, pregnancy and sometimes pregnant hormones, or even just people hiding behind the guise of their own, you know, pregnancy, whatever the case is generally the cause for the demise of a lot of relationships. And because she herself is saying, if you yourself, who is already, deflecting blame out of the situation, is saying how difficult that you know that you are within this situation, in the first video you talk about how he's such a great guy. You guys have never had any problems. Now all of a sudden you're saying this last month has been something different. You talk about how the fact that you guys were having a whole conversation and he was there for you your entire pregnancy. You guys were having a conversation the entire day. There was no problem, and you brought and created a problem.
Yeah.
You talked about the fact that you were possibly going into labor the day before, and he was there with you, rocking with you by your side. To me, it seems like this man, it could be maybe an immature trait. You guys can correct me, I'm not sure. But I just think this is this man's way of processing emotions. I'm not going to provide you access to me when you are playing games and you are playing for. That's what it seems like to me. It seems like this man is like, I'm not playing your foolish game, so I don't even want to talk to you. I don't want you blowing up my phone 20 times when we were just on the phone and we could have had this conversation simply. I'm not dealing with it. And again, a lot of women feel like they're supposed to be in the leadership position with a man and tell him how he has to do or what not to do, how to move, how not to move. And when he does not do those things accordingly, then they have a problem. She had the audacity to say that this man is going to have to deal with the repercussion of his own actions in this situation. You're the one that's going to be the single mother. You're the one that's going to have to handle the brunt of taking care of this child. That's going to be on you.
On you.
I can almost guarantee that, after you have this child and time comes in, you're going to say, man, I should have never done that. Man, I was the one that was tripping. I don't think he's going to be the person that's saying that.
I've cried for days. I went through my emotional roller coaster, and now I'm in my phase of acceptance, and I do that with dark humor. So I'm happy, I am in good spirits, and I'm ready to tackle whatever I need to tackle on my own.
That's what the definition of dark humor is. I'm just going to be completely honest with you. And again, I have these conversations purposely so that women can see a different perspective, a logical perspective, especially when these women are in spaces that they are actively ruining their own relationships by their own ego, and again, by getting support from other women who are also miserable, again, in their dysfunction, and have no problem adding you to the group. I'd like to know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts and your opinion on this entire situation. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next one. Love you.
See you on the next one, bro.
I just won $60,000 from my car crash from this app from my phone. I don't know if you can see it, but it's called...
You hit her with that 50 cent and she was stuck? It was classic, but that's not promoting.
Ready for babies and a husband?
Because she praised 50 Cent because there's opportunity maybe there for her.
What's up, guys? It's your girl Riva, and I'm back again with another video. So I'm here to just, come right out and say that Corey Holcomb was right, okay? Recently I was invited onto the 5150 show with Corey Holcomb, and we briefly discussed some of the things that have been going on with, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant together. What you want to do is get into her head, pull it apart, so that then you can say, oh, yeah, we have stripped Cam of anything, see, I was right. Now, I remember when Corey Holcomb did the interview with Cam Newton, there was a portion of the interview that Corey actually drew reference to, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, or, whether she was or was not a doctor.
I don't want my platform to be fake. That's why would you call her a doctor, brother? I'm not saying your platform is fake. I'm just saying, when somebody say Dr. Bryant, it irks me. Where's her colleagues? Where's she a doctor at?
But then there was a portion of the conversation in which he, was speaking to Cam and was like, hey, you spoke about all these things with Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, but were you not aware of the way in which she was evading questions about 50 Cent in you guys' actual interview?
When you hit her with that 50 Cent and she was stuck, it was classic, but that's not promoting.
So when Corey actually said that, I had never watched that clip about 50 Cent, but I just remembered it, right? And recently, I saw something that actually made me want to go back and watch that clip, because Dr. Bryant came out and she said that she was ready to start a family and get married.
Ready for babies and a husband? Well, they not. Right. They have a baby, I need to have it off.
And then she ended up posting a comment about the men in which she was looking for after the post was made. So again, you know, she's saying that she's ready, she's looking for a husband, she's looking for, you know, marriage and all that. And then here we can see where this person commented at 50 Cent, she's ready. And Dr. Bryant responded by saying, call him out. Now, the reason I thought this was very interesting was because, you know, during the interview again with Corey Holcomb made mention and said, you know, the only reason why she was not able to speak negatively about 50 Cent is because there was possible opportunity there.
Because she praised 50 Cent because there's opportunity maybe there for her. But she wouldn't say nothing bad about 50 Cent because that opportunity might not be gone yet.
So again, going to the actual interview portion between Dr. Bryant and Cam Newton was very essential to me, because I'm like, this is starting to sound a little bit weird, because it seemed as though she was purposely dancing around the questions when Cam was asking her about what type of man 50 Cent is.
You mentioned Curtis Jackson. And I'm like, is he a high value man or a high functioning man? Like, I just want to know.
That's the question?
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk about where 50 is and what he's doing.
Now, if we're going to talk about this, we have to talk about all forms of hypocrisy, right? We have to. Because, you know, Cam Newton had asked her certain questions and she was 100% 10 toes down. I don't want to be in a relationship with a man with kids. I don't want to deal with a man who's, you know, creating or walking around with all these broken homes. Like, she had all this, you know, conversation about Cam Newton and, you know, him purposely creating all these broken homes.
You are creating, procreating, and multiplying. That is not taking your time. You're being very selectively active. Okay? You will selfishly create broken families, even if you're in their life and you're a proactive father.
And, you know, women stood 10 toes down behind her, supporting all the things that she's saying. But now it's seeming as though the only reason why she was saying that about Cam and she couldn't say that about 50 Cent is because although they are in, you know, they're kind of similar in certain ways, she wouldn't mind actually being a part of being in a relationship with somebody like 50 Cent, as we can see by the comments, because maybe the amount of wealth that 50 Cent has been able to garner.
Okay, I'm going to.
50 is an amazing
high-functioning man.
He's extremely high-functioning, especially when it comes to business. Especially when it comes to business.
No, don't give
Especially when it comes to that. He's definitely that.
High value too, right?
Of course he is high value.
It was super crazy to me too that, you know, Cam Newton, again, like I said, had asked her, you know, about she said I would be in a relationship with a man of this age to this age, and my non-negotiable is, you know, I definitely do not want to be in a relationship with a man that has children.
Happy kids are successful kids. When you choose a tuition-free, K-12 powered online school,
has children.
Okay, so the guy that you were entertaining, you would go as low as 26.
That I would entertain?
Yes.
Okay.
And as high as what age?
Whatever man that doesn't have kids. My non-negotiable is a person with kids. But yes, I get how you're saying.
Then again, like I said, this person put a comment adding 50 Cent, who we know for a fact has children, and she said call him out. It was very interesting that she was willing to prove her hypocrisy so boldly in her comment section, and, you know, stating, you know, boldly that she'll be down for it or down with it, with a man who has been so open about the quote-unquote broken homes that have been created.
I tell them how you told my son to call me and tell me he need 50 pairs of sneakers.
Where are you and Marquise at right now? How's your relationship with him?
I don't have a relationship.
In 2013, Daphne Joy first accused her dad, 50 Cent, of domestic violence and property destruction. Was it a mere coincidence that she started?
It's your
Oh,
man,
shit,
y'all already know what it is. We got some Corbin on deck with the 5150 show. So, without further ado, let's get to the video.
And last but not least, this was very off-putting when I saw this. Even though this happened, I guess
It came off some pudding.
it's off-putting to me. Anyway, we covered this story before. Remy Ma, her son is facing murder charges for his alleged involvement in a 2021 shooting, right? And so I guess it was like last week. She was at court and she got in an argument, and it's online. It is just so sad, but she got in an argument with the man that was murdered.
Hey, I beat you up too. Yeah, trying to beat you up. I'm downstairs. You know, you were sitting in the corner trying to act like you're tough. Yeah, stop. Yeah, let's go around the corner. Let's go around the corner. Come on, let's go. Turn around. Like your mother's ugly? Like your mother's ugly? Oh, okay. Okay. What? Yeah, okay. We can test it right now. Right now, ugly. Everything. Oh, you thought you were going to see my ugly. What you want then? Same here. You see what's up? Same here. You see what's up? Oh, okay. So yeah, this raggedy ass bitch from Lake.
You raggedy bitch.
No installation, no wiring needed. Even beginners can install it in 10 seconds. Equipped.
Bro, like you would have thought I did something to you. Realistically, I can never speak to my father again. I can never hug him, I can never kiss him, I can never say nothing else to him. You can see his son, you can speak to him, you can hug him, you can say whatever. The fact of the matter is that I see this fucking lady, and she's looking at me with a whole attitude. When I tell you ice grilling as if her son was the victim. Like, miss, where's your remorse? Like, where's your sorriness? Where's your sadness? Like, at the end of the day, I don't care what I go through with nobody. I would never want to see nobody die. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Like, bitch, nobody did nothing to you, you fucking gremlin. And you really acting like you mad about something. Ice grilling somebody, ugly ass. Then you acting tough in front of a courthouse. Like, bitch, we're gonna go to jail. You've been to jail before. I'm sure you don't want to go back, bitch. Like, what are we doing here? Come around the corner. You're really not fucking tough. Like, bitch is mad pussy. Like,
yes. And the woman, so the girl uploaded it. So now it's on, you can see it. It's on YouTube, so.
Now, first of all, you gotta explain who people are in the pictures.
Okay. It's her son.
Who is Remy Ma hugging right there?
Her son. That's
the one who did what?
Allegedly killed a man. Yes, killed a man, and the man's daughter was at the court, and her and Remy got into it. And then they haven't confirmed it, but some law enforcement put Remy in handcuffs. So I don't know what she did.
You're going to jail. You're going to jail.
But
her, she got arrested.
Okay, well,
talking crazy to somebody at the courthouse.
She sure was talking crazy, but to that girl, and that girl is the daughter of the man that was murdered.
That's it.
So, yeah. So they traded some nasty, ugly words.
Okay, we see the son right there.
Yeah.
And who's the other dude? There was two of them.
I don't know by those pictures. That's her son on the left, and then I think
that's that same boy with the thing with the high hair.
Right.
Now, who's the other one? The black and white photo next to Remy's son.
I was going to say there was somebody else that was involved. That they were, because apparently, allegedly, people were hired. So there was somebody in between. There was a middle guy and her son, and then the victim.
So they killed the light skin.
But I guess. I don't know that, I can't pronounce that last name. How do you say that? It's Jabot. Almost like Jabot Jeans, almost. Anyway, so that's the guy's name. So
but look, Remy Ma gets into verbal altercation with the daughter of a man who her son murdered. The ex-con rapper even tried to knuckle up.
Yeah, when they were calling each other ugly, then Remy Ma even told the girl, "Oh, you got a fake." Well, it was just so awful to see. It's like, what do you guys?
Man, look, let me tell you something about people who like to argue and kick up dust. You better be glad you can walk away from them. I live next to some people. When I lived in Dalton, Dalton, Illinois. I live next to some people where I was gonna go to war with these ones.
You want to go to war? You want to go to war? I think you can go, okay?
Then the neighbor on the other side walked over to me and he said, man, leave them people alone. Them the type of people make you. It's some people out here who always jammed up with somebody. And it's best to avoid them if you can. But all this shit out here in LA, where every major city, New York, LA, where you're not supposed to have protection, that's sucker shit.
Damn right.
Because it's people out here. The government want you to just die and get cleaned up and they launch an investigation.
Right.
That's stupid. I would tell any officer, listen man, you know how I go out here. Check my record and see. I'm an upstanding citizen. Now if you want to run me downtown for this charge, okay, I understand. But you're not out here with some criminal or somebody out here breaking the law all the time. I keep it because I know how it go. I know how it go. It only takes a second of people who always in a mess, people who always fighting somebody or jammed up. Most of the time you beat it too, because when their record is brought to court, if you can prove you was defending yourself, most of the time they throw that shit out. And that's what a lot of people don't think. Their record means something when they show up in court. Just like the lady they call a brick lady, the lady who lied and said somebody hit her with a brick.
Have I ever done to anybody in my life to deserve this? I never did anything in my life to hurt anybody. Literally, a man asked me for my number. I said no, and he picked up a brick in front of so many men and was like, what you gonna do? And I told all these men, like, yo, why this man got a brick on my face? And he's holding a brick. And all these niggas is watching, and nobody does nothing. And he hits me in my face, and they're all just watching. And they let that get in the car.
From what I understand, she's got her day in court where it's so much stacked against her because she lied about stuff like that all the time. She's a career criminal. Just like there's people who lied on me. Career, them type of motherfuckers where they always jammed up. So I'm telling you, if you have to handle your business with motherfuckers like that, trust me, long as you ain't out here bogus, you got a good chance of beating the case. That's the one thing you got against a career criminal who got a history of violence or something like that. God damn, you can get down with them motherfuckers. Now it's still gonna cost you money in court dates, but you ain't facing like if you just get into it with a regular citizen. That's why when you get into it with people like that, you're supposed to tell them, look, I don't want no problems. I know you.
All right now, enough is enough. This is going too damn tough. And you gonna make me have to put my foot in your ass. And I'm gonna tell you straight up, I don't want to have to hurt you, pal.
Brave and beautiful trans woman has taken gold in the female competition, winning in every effort.
Get into these type of situations, and I'm scared for my life. You trying to let them know as nice as you can. But we finna get down. I am not finna fight no one who I know is a career criminal. From the biggest to the smallest. Because I know little bitty motherfuckers, and I know they be ready for that. They be ready for the shit. They come prepared for the shit.
I'll pop your ass.
They come prepared to end you. And you sitting up here trying to go along with the law. You're not supposed to do that. I will stand in front of any judge and tell him, Your Honor, I get it. It's people out here. If everybody out here had that, goddamn it, it'd be trouble. Because most people is on some type of drugs, whether it be drugs from the pharmacy or drugs on the street. Most people on drugs.
Yikes.
So if everybody got it, it's gonna be wild with it.
Are they trying to get drugged?
Right. What? Man, please. My problem is I be speeding in that motherfucker like I'm a see Sam. I got to cool out. But I'm getting older. But some states you can have that, goddamn it. Yeah.
Michigan.
Shit, they got different laws. I was in Arizona, it was about 4 standing in front of the motherfucking liquor store. All of them had that thing on their side.
Right.
With holsters and shit. Yeah, I was like, ooh, this different out here. But shit, ain't nobody gonna be fighting and arguing with no motherfuckers that done already did dirt to somebody before. You think people inherit drama? If they parents were drama, they drama? They born with it?
Right.
I do.
Yeah.
I know little ass babies be trying to fight every baby in the motherfucker.
Because they think that's the way to behave. They see it too much.
I think they was born with it. But that's me. I think they was born with it. I see little babies try to fight and bite other babies. Where they get that from?
Yeah, see?
I'm 2 years old.
Yeah, it's crazy. I've seen it too. You're right.
Now, I've seen the thing that happened with Remy Ma and the lady who allegedly her son killed the girl's father. It's crazy because you out here, this girl, she done lost her father, and you out here arguing with her and causing all this commotion, talking about her, talking about how ugly she is, and y'all, they going back and forth how ugly each other is, and it was just a mess. And then I didn't even know that Remy Ma got put in handcuffs and supposedly got taken to jail. These type of situations you just got to avoid, you know what I'm saying? Because a death already happened. So, you know, the matter could get even worse, you know what I'm saying? As far as like somebody take one of your family members' life, it might be a family member in your family that's like, oh hell no, I ain't finna take this L. I'm not finna take this loss. They about to take a loss too, you know what I'm saying? And it just like, it's like a domino effect. So it's like you gotta watch it, because this can lead up to something real serious later on down the line. We just seeing this right here, you know, Remy and this woman arguing, but Corey, he talked about some things that I agree with him about. You know, you got to avoid a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be out here arguing with people and all that stuff. A lot of people is trying to trick you off the streets. Because me, myself, I don't want no problems with nobody. I don't want no problems with nobody, especially my people. I don't want to try to fight my, for what? You know what I'm saying? Basically, 9 times out of 10, we going through the same shit. Being oppressed, being poor, and struggling like a motherfucker, right? But I believe in you do got to keep that thing on you. And I also know some people who don't deserve to have a gun, don't need no gun. You know what I'm saying? It's like, how did y'all get a permit and all that stuff? I'm in Michigan, you know what I'm saying? So you got to have a permit to carry a gun. It's an open carry state. And I mean, it's like, man, it seems like everybody got a goddamn gun these days. And then the situation with the brick lady. She got a lot of charges racked up on her line, making false allegations. She said somebody hit her with a brick or whatever, and it was false. You can't be making false reports. They can put your ass in jail for making false reports. And then it goes back to a commandment, the scriptures. Thou shalt not bear false witness. You shouldn't lie on nobody. Just making shit up. You know, like, where did she get that shit from? Oh, she had to get it from the other people or whatnot. Because, you know, back in time, and still to this day, a black man did it.
To this day. To this day.
And they just go get any random black man or whatever, and y'all know the end of that story. So we got to watch who we arguing with. We shouldn't be out there arguing no way, though. Those arguments can lead up to a lot of serious shit that people ain't ready for. I'm not ready for it, you know what I'm saying? I'm not ready to throw away my whole goddamn life for arguing with somebody and shit, which I could have just walked away. Like, we should just walk away from a lot of shit that's out here, because we can, again, get tricked off the streets. But y'all tell me what y'all think about this whole thing with Remy Ma out here making all this ruckus if she ain't got enough going on in her life. And y'all tell me, is it worth standing there with your chest out arguing with somebody, or feeling like I ain't no punk bitch or whatever?
I'm no punk bitch!
Is it worth you lose your life or you spending the rest of your life in prison? Y'all tell me what y'all think about it in the comments.
What's up,
it's your man,
This is both a dashcam and an intelligent anti-theft system. It's the groundbreaking...
It's your man, y'all already know what it is. We got some Corey on deck with the 5150 show. So, without further ado, let's get to the video.
Because let me tell you something. Darlene just showed us a picture of the brother Cam Newton in an outfit that's I don't know what to say about it, because see, Cam is in shape. So he takes chances with his wardrobe.
Showing it off, yeah.
Let me see that picture again, D. Let me see the picture. Because I don't want to say nothing about my brother where he think I'm being bogus to him, because I'm not.
Everybody can get a take on what somebody
Cam Newton takes chances with the way he dresses.
Yeah. I like
Now,
that material print. That print is nice.
On Cam Newton's show, it was something that was so awkward to me. When Cam Newton had this preacher on his show, that's actually been on my show.
You got pretty legs, man.
Oh, man.
And they laying on legs.
Man, listen, I'm back working out.
You put shea butter, jerky.
Oh, you see that?
They glowing in the dark.
I'm just
Such zoom in. Do not skip leg day.
Don't do that. Sometimes you gotta remind people, like, it's okay. But the work has to be done.
Oh, listen, it's evident. It pays off.
What I'm saying? I'm back eating right, trying to live right.
Yes.
I done purged my tongue since last speaking with you. So I don't curse no more. I try not to curse no more. I had a flare up the other day, but who's keeping count?
I'm not.
Oh, really? Okay.
Wow. The preacher is the brother Jamal Bryant. And I know he not gonna like me for what I'm finna say.
It's about to go down.
But he was on Cam's show, and Cam had on some shorts. And what he said to Cam was, I want to eat your ass with a bat. No, what he said to Cam was something that was very awkward as a compliment to the man. He basically told Cam he had some banging ass legs.
Oh, hell no!
Did not.
Oh my God,
Did
D,
he
you
just
didn't
say he's
see
got
it.
nice how did he say it? He's used those words.
It don't matter
He
how
didn't
you
say banging ass
Oh,
legs.
Jesus Christ.
But what he said
It don't matter how
is
you
what I said. I mean, y'all haven't seen it. Y'all haven't seen it, but this was very awkward to men who ain't on that.
I am a boy.
Because I don't care how nice. I don't even look at a man's legs as nice.
You damn right.
Like, I've seen guys' legs where I'll be like, damn, this is my workout. Look at his leg.
Corey got nice
God
legs.
damn.
Corey has nice legs.
And you know what guys used to say to me?
So does Craig.
Man, this my calves crazy. Look at them up. Man, what the f- you be on? You know what I'm saying? It's a way you compliment a man where you could tell that ain't what he on.
Right.
But I'm not trying to talk bad about my brother Jamal Bryant, but there's some evidence that's adding up that don't make sense.
Say, hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Oh, you're right. Everybody's saying, that they saw it and it was pretty wild. So
Well, what did he say? Exactly what did he say?
I'm going to have to check it out because a couple of people...
Somebody said, yeah, he made a pass at him.
Go home. You ever been to the pen?
It was so awkward the way he said it. Like, I don't remember the exact words, but I said, what did he say?
What?
God dang.
That's wild.
Now,
he said, okay, right there, WTBNW. What did bro say?
Bro said legs were pretty.
Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Wait, nice. What?
That's what
He said somebody
one of
else
the guys said. He said
told Cam.
Bro said his legs were pretty.
I want to make sure, can we get somebody to confirm what he said? Because this is something that we need to speak on, because there's other information that I have about my brother,
Okay.
Mr. Bryant. You got some pretty legs.
Yeah, they keep saying that.
Listen, man. Listen.
Oh, I'm gonna be honest. Look, Corey and Craig have nice legs. Gotta be honest.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Listen, man. Listen, man. You don't tell no man he got pretty legs.
You're goddamn right. Not as no man.
You don't tell no man he got pretty
You
legs.
don't tell no, yeah. A woman can say it.
You don't tell no man you got pretty legs.
You'd be like, damn, homie, you got some strong ass legs.
But this ain't all that's going on.
Okay,
Because
pretty nice legs. Okay.
Craig, we be into our church thing, and this brother, preacher Jamal Bryant, is preaching next week in a church where the pastor is married to a man.
Oh, no, that's... Yeah.
And calls his husband the first man of the church in Atlanta.
No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No. 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 Hell no.
Ain't no way, Mr. Bryant. That's wild. That's why, yeah, that's...
He said Cam got pretty legs, and I mean, I'm gonna just put it out there. I'm gonna put it out there. This brother, in my opinion, does not represent.
When you say let's go to breakfast, you mean let's go to McDonald's. Obviously.
Start your McDonald's morning with savings. Get a sausage.
What church is supposed to be about if you're going by the word of the Bible. His brother Bryant. See, you can't lie when you say somebody's name.
Right.
His girl is put before the congregation, and she preaches with a BBL.
Oh, that's the guy. Now I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
We talking about the word. I'm not nobody who knows the Bible back and forth, but I know enough about the Bible to know that this is all foul behavior if you're preaching the Bible to people.
You damn right.
Now, you got a girl with a BBL speaking before the congregation. That's one thing. I've talked about this before. Then you have an interview with Cam Newton, and you can't hold yourself. You say, you got some pretty legs. And next week, you speaking at a church where there are men, not one, not two, men walking around the church in high heels.
What?
Let me tell you something. If you at a church and there is a man in there with high heels, you might as well have gangbangers throwing up Crip signs, blood signs, and every other sign as the choir singing. In fact, the man with high heels would be worse than that. If you know anything about the Bible, if you got men walking around the church in high heels, you are bogus when it comes to talking about information out the Bible. Now, I don't know what kind of church you got. I know a lot of people go to church just because it's a place to kick it and see people jump around and act a fool. But I'm saying, if you really trying to speak the word, how many strikes against you can you have? Come on, brother, you making a mockery of church. None of us are perfect. All of us come short of the glory of God. All of us. But, yo, you better go to a church where a man who is the preacher is married to a man and call him the head husband. Are you serious? Are you serious? You are, it's not embarrassing, you are too obvious with your hustle. Because I know they're going to pay you some good money.
Like those of you who realize that the Lord wants you to give generously into his sight.
What if he say, well, I got to go to where the sinners are and take the word there and be present? Amen.
I think that would be better than not saying nothing and going over to this church where this man is married to a man and you participating in that.
Well, the scripture openly speaks against what those two preachers are doing. Leviticus 18
Give it to
verse
us,
22
Greg.
says, do not have sexual relations with a man as one does with a woman. It is detestable. Also, Leviticus.
That's the verse I know about. What did God say exactly? What was that word you just used?
He said it's detestable.
Do you know what detestable means? That's like, it's awful.
It's testing you on dick. If you fail it, it's detestable.
Testicles should be detached. What are you talking about? Do you think people are scared to speak up against this abomination? Hell no! What do you think people gonna just be quiet? Those people are making a mockery of the word. They're making a mockery of it. And then tried to, look, I saw the preacher standing up there saying something. If this church is wrong, then all the churches in Atlanta is wrong, because it's gay people at all the churches in Atlanta. Let me tell you something about what you just said, Mr. Preacher, that I ain't finna say your name, because I can't take you seriously at all. Yeah, it's people who sin in the church. You take sin and you hold it up in the air and rub it in everybody's face. It's a difference. Yeah, it's sinners out there. They can go confess to their sins. They can work on their sins. You boast your sins in front of the lost. And you're not really supposed to take advantage of God's lost people. That's one of the worst sins, if you ask me. Taking advantage of these fools that want to kick it.